Hello guys and welcome to Laravel 7 tutorials. So guys, in the previous videos we successfully implemented the CRUD functionality for categories using Ajax, Datatables and SweetAlert. And in this video we are going to cover the whole CRUD operation for tags, once again using Ajax, Datatables and SweetAlert. And this time I'm going to use the copy and paste strategy. Why? One big reason is because we have seen all these functionality, let's say create, read, update, delete, while we were working with the categories. And you can find each of this specific video on in the previous lectures, which was about, let's say, 40 to 50 minutes approximately in length. So this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to save some time and speed up the project. So for that reason I'm going to use a copy and paste strategy for the tags. Okay, and one more important thing, that is the only difference between the CRUD of categories and tags is the URL. We just need to change the URL, we just need to change the IDs of the form, we just need to change the fields of the form and do some other small changes related to IDs in the JS file. Okay guys, so let's start without wasting any further time. Okay, so for that let's move to git bash, because if you remember we need to create the table for the tags in the database so that we can create tags. Okay, so let's move to git bash, and I have already accessed my project directory and folder right here. So we need to create three things: model, migration and controller. So let's do that. PHP artisan make migration, and not migration, let's say make model, and model name is, let's say, tags, and I want the migration as well, so I'm going to pass the -m flag. Okay guys, so migration and model is created successfully. Now let's create the controller. PHP artisan make controller, and the controller name is, let's say, tag controller. That's it. Okay, now let me show you the database first. Okay, we will not be able to see this table right here, migration. Why? Because we haven't migrated this file yet. Okay, but I just want to show you so we are on the same page. Okay, blogging, our database name is blogging. Okay, and right here you can see we don't have a table for tags, so let's create one, or we have already created that, so just we need to apply some changes. That's it. Okay, let's move to database migrations, and I will look for the tags table right here. Okay, so let's create a name column. Tag is going to contain a name. Okay, so let's say string name, name is the column name, and right here the length should be, let's say, 255 characters. Okay, and we also need the slug because we want our blogging system to be SEO friendly. Okay, so let's do that. Table string once again, and this time slug, column name is going to be slug, once again 255 characters. Okay, that's it. Now what we need to do is just create the migration. PHP artisan migrate. Okay guys, so our table is migrated. Let's refresh, and now we can see our tags table right here. Okay, so this is done. Let's move to Sublime now. I will close this tags migration. Okay, now first of all what we need to do is let's create a page so that we can see it, and before that I'm going to run my project. PHP artisan, and let's say so. Let's move to Google once again. Let's access our project. Login, my ID and my very secret password. Okay, let's log in. Sorry guys. Categories. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another link, or whatever you can say, but this is a link. Okay guys, so I'm going to create another link, and we are going to create this page as well. So let's move to Sublime, and first of all what I need is, let's move to backend, and I'm going to create a new page here that will be related to tags. So first of all, let's open this categories blade, and I'm going to do Control A, Control C to copy everything from right here. Let's create a new file inside this backend, new file, paste everything, save it as tag.blade, and let's say blade name should be, let's say, tags. Okay, I'm just following the procedure right here. It's up to you, you can name it anything, okay, but for me it's better if it is plural. Okay, tags.blade.php. okay, so our tags blade is created, and now what I need to do is I will move to layout, and layout contains my master blade, basically this layout right here, the top bar, sidebar, footer, etc. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move to sidebar, and I'm going to create another anchor, li, whatever you can say. Okay, so let's do it like this one. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to copy everything from this li to this hr, and let's paste it just below, align it. Okay, so right here let's change it to tags, let's say. Okay, and the URL we will change it, but first we need to create it. Okay, so let's move. Now you can see we have another li right here with the name tags. So let's create a route so that we can see our tags page. Okay, let's move to web.php, and before that we need to change one more thing. Let's do that first. Okay guys, okay, let's move to tags.blade, and right here we are including a partial of category modal. In this case our modal name is going to be, or modal file name is going to be tags modal. So let's create that first as well. Okay, let's move to this partial folder, and I'm going to open this category modal blade, and I'm going to copy everything from this category modal, and I am going to create a new file inside this partial. Right click, new file, paste everything, save it as let's say tag modal.blade.php. That's it. Okay, now our modal is created. Now what we need to do is, instead of calling the category modal, what we need to do is call tag modal. That's it. Okay, and right here a JS file name would be, let's say in this case, tag.js. Okay, we are going to create it, but let's first create the route so that we can see this page. Okay, okay guys, so the script file name is changed right here, but we haven't created this file yet, so we will do that later. Okay, so now I'm going to open web.php right here. Okay, and let's move down, and I'm going to create a comment right here, CRUD, let's say tags or tag CRUD. Okay, and now what we can do is we can simply copy a route from here and make some changes. Copy, paste, and let's change this to tags, and this time I'm going to use tag controller. Okay, tag controller, that's it, and I'm going to create the same index method inside my tags controller or tag controller. So let's move to controller so that we can create this index method. Let's move to tag controller, this one right here. Okay, one more thing, what we can do is simply copy everything from the categories controller. So let's do that, category controller, so that we can speed it up. Okay, okay guys, so I'm going to copy everything from the second last curly braces right here till this one. Okay, till the comment right here, copy, and let's say paste. Okay, now we can simply make some changes. That's it. Okay, return tag view, and let's say index method name would be same, the name of the method. Okay, and in this case I want to call backend and this file right here, tags. Okay, so let's call that tags. Okay guys, so now our route is created. All we need to do is let's move to the sidebar once again, and let's change this URL to tags. Okay guys, let's refresh. Let's click on this tags, and now we are able to see the tags. Right here you can see the URL. We need to change this title, heading, etc. So let's do that now. Okay, I will close the sidebar for now, and I am in the tags blade, and I'm going to close all of this for now so that there is no confusion. Okay, now first of all I want blogging tags here, and let's move down, and I also want to change this heading to, let's say, tags. Okay, let's move forward, and I want to change the heading right here as well to tags, and right here I want to change this ID, the data target ID, to something else. In this case, add tag modal. That's it. Okay, and right here the anchor text would be, let's say, add tag. That's it. Okay, let's move down, and right here the ID would be, in this case, tags. Okay, let's move forward, sorry, downward. Okay guys, so we have made our changes up till right here. Now we need to move to tag modal so that when we open our modal, we can see our modal. Okay, let me show you. Add tag, nothing happens. Why? Because we need to change the data target ID in the modal file, or blade you can say. Okay, let's move to the partials, and I will open this tag modal. Okay, let's make some changes right here as well. Create, in this case, tag. Okay, and right here add, instead of add category modal, it should be add tag modal. That's it. Let's move down, and right here let's change this from add category to add tag. Let's move down, and right here as well, once again add tag. Okay, and let's move down right here. In this case it should be, let's say, tag name. Okay, and let's say this would be, once again, tag name. So I'm going to make the remaining changes from categories to tag. Okay, once again, not like that, sorry guys, T should be small. Okay, it's up to you. If you want to make it with an uppercase, you can do that, but I just don't want that. Tag name. Okay, placeholder can be with the, let's say, first alphabet can be in I was seeing. Okay, so yeah, right here placeholder tag or name or whatever the placeholder is, it can be in the uppercase. It doesn't really matter. I was confused with something right here, sorry guys. Okay, the ID should be, let's say, tag name help. Okay, let's move downward, create. Now everything looks fine. Okay guys, so we have made our changes up to right here. We will move to edit once we finish this create functionality. Okay, so for now I'm going to close this, and now it's time to check it. Let's say add category, and now add tag, and now we are able to see a new modal that is representing the tag. Okay, nice and shiny. Okay, let's move to this time public and our backend partials, and I'm going to open this category.js. I'm going to copy everything from right here, and I'm going to create a new file inside this partial. Let's paste it right here, and let's save it with the name of tag.js, the one we defined right here. Okay, now for simplicity, first of all I'm going to comment out this data table right here. Okay, for now. Okay, let's move down right here. Let's make our changes. Create tag, that's it, and let's say add tag, that's it. Let's move down, and in this case right here add tag once again, because remember we have a new form ID as add tag, because now we are working with the tag. Okay, just keep that in mind guys. Okay, so now here we can change our route or URL to add tag. Okay, we are going to create this one or we can use the previous one and make some changes. That's it. Okay guys, so let's discuss about this. Okay, what we are doing right here is, let me open the modal so you can see. Tag modal, this one. Yeah, okay. So guys, we are waiting for the submission of this form right here, okay, which is inside the create tag modal. Okay, right here we are waiting for the submission of this. Okay, once this form is submitted, we are preventing the default behavior, then we are creating a form variable and we are passing our form right here. You can see the form ID is add tag. We are passing the exact same form right here, and I want its first index, so that let's say if we have multiple items for this ID, we are only going to get the first one, which is this one. Okay, after that we are creating a new object, so that let's say if we have image in our Ajax form, or basically our form, so we can simply pass it with the help of creating a new object right here. Okay, then we are creating an Ajax request, and in this case the base URL is localhost. Let's say if we move to live environment, we are going to get the domain name or whatever it is right here. Okay, so this is why base URL was I was implementing the base URL in the first or second videos while we were creating the master layout, because this is very necessary. Okay, then the type of our request is post. Then I'm passing the data and right here we have our form data in this variable. Remember, we are passing our whole form right here, and then we are passing this form to our new form object right here, and we are saving it in this variable. Okay, then content type false, process data false, and if everything works fine, we are going to get right here. First of all, we are going to reach the controller and we are going to get a reply, or you can say we are going to return something from the controller, and we are going to get it right here. Okay, so here we need to make some more changes. That is, instead of this add category modal, we are going to use add tag modal. Once again, remember that guys, we are not working with the categories, but we are working with the tags now. Okay, modal height, and we will make some changes to this method right here, but let's leave it for now. Okay, let's move forward. Swell.fire icon should be success, title should be success, text should be, let's say in this case, tag created successfully. Okay, and I'm not going to reload the table. Why? Because we don't have one. Okay, for now. So I'm just going to copy comment it out. Okay, let's move to error function. Right here we are waiting and we are checking for the reject status. If the reject status is equal to 422, this means it is going to check for the, let's say, the character type, whatever it is, and it is also going to change check for the value. Okay, then once again we are using remove errors function. Once again we are going to make some changes in this. Let's move forward. Okay, let's say on the controller side, if we are going to have some validation error, Laravel is going to return it inside the errors variable. And right here what I am going to do is I am just simply using parse JSON, so that I can get the response text, the validation messages from the errors, and save it in the errors. Okay, so first of all we are getting the errors or validation error from Laravel side or the controller side in the errors variable, and once again I am passing another error variable name, that is errors right here. So that's why we are using the for each for errors.errors, because we got the errors variable from the controller side, this one, and I'm creating another variable with the same name errors right here, so that we can use the for each. Okay, then we are going to use the key and value, and right here the key is, let me show you this one, this tag name or the input field name, you can say. Okay, so this is the key right here, and the value is the validation error message. Okay, and then what we need to do is simply use the key, because this key contains the field name, so we can use it and apply the classes right here, let's say I am right here, I'm searching for the ID, and right here the key is, let's say, this one. So I'm looking for the ID with the exact same name right here, which is right here. Okay, so we are, based on this ID, we are assigning or adding a class to this input field right here, this input field. Okay guys, okay, let's move forward. And after that, we are simply displaying an error message right here once again using the ID and the key. In this case, the key is once again tag name. I'm concatenating right here the hash, so it means that it is going to be an ID. So ID tag name, and I'm once again concatenating underscore health, so it makes sense, or it makes the ID just like right here. Okay, so this is what we are doing right here. Okay guys, so let's move forward and let's make some changes to this remove error and on success remove errors. Let's move downward right here. Okay, on success remove errors, let's change this category name from category name to tag name. Okay, let's move down right here once again, tag name, and right here once again, let's say tag name. Okay, let's move down and right here once again tag name, once again right here tag name. Let's move forward, and instead of this add category modal, I'm going to use add tag modal. Okay, so we are calling, whenever we are going to close this modal, we are calling this on success remove error, so that it can remove the invalid class and it can remove the value from this field with the help of ID, and the text from this ID right here. Okay, so I hope it makes sense, because we have previously discussed all these things, okay, in great detail. Okay, let's move forward, and now the remaining part is, let's create the route so that we can hit this URL right here. Okay, this one. So let's move to web.php. Right here I'm going to copy the second method for create, which is for create. Okay, copy and paste it right here. Let's make our changes. The method name should be same, and right here instead of category I am going to use tag controller, and once again instead of add category, let's use add tag. Okay, let's make our changes. Sorry. Okay, let's move to this tag controller right here, and this is right here create category. Let's change it to create tag. Create, everything is fine. In this case our field name is tag name, which we are getting from right here. Okay, sorry, this one guys. Okay, just remember that. Okay, required minimum 3, maximum 255, and we are going to create the slug out of this name, this field name, whatever it is. And in this case we are creating a tag from the, let's say, so we are going to use the tag model. Okay, not category model. Tag create name should be this name, whatever it is, and slug would be right here from this variable. Okay, here we are creating a slug. Okay, so everything looks fine. Now what we need to do is we need to also call the classes. So let's just copy it from the category controller, because we have done that in the previous videos. So let's do that. We can use the copy paste for now. Okay, let's copy and let's paste it right here. That's it. Let's change this class to app tag. Sorry guys. Okay, so now everything looks fine, and now we can test our create functionality. Let's move, refresh, and in this case I'm going to create add a tag. I'm going to click on the add tag. Let's say I want the tag vlogging live, create. Okay, so we have some error. Let's check it out. Okay guys, no need to worry. Okay, let's see what the error is. This one, the get method is not supported. Okay, let's see post, and in this case the method is post right here at create. Okay, I'm going to just debug it so that I can save some time, and I will be back once it is done, and I will show you what I did. Okay guys, so everything looks fine right here, and right here you can see the error is add name to fillable property. Big mistake guys. Why? Because we are using Eloquent ORM to create a category or tag. In this case we are creating a tag, so we are once again using the ORM right here, you can see. Okay, so what we need to do is we simply need to change this column to be fillable in the model. So let's move to tag model, tag, and I will open tag.php, this one, and let's assign $protected $fillable, and in this case it should be the name, and the other thing is slug. That's it. That was a silly mistake guys, sorry. Okay, now everything should work perfectly fine. Let's refresh, add tag, in this case blog live, create. Right here you can see tag created successfully, so everything is fine. Let's see a record in the database right here. Okay, so now we can create some more tags. Let's say lifestyle, create. Okay, let's create one more, let's say new or best blog, create. So everything is working perfectly fine. I'm going to just create some let's say top rated, and now we have, let's say 4. Let's add one more, and that would be, let's say lifestyle. I think I have it. Yeah, best blog. Let's create one more, top rated, let's say. Okay guys, so we have successfully implemented our create functionality, and we have similar record for top rated, so we can change it later once we implement the added functionality. Okay, let's move forward, and this time what we need to do is we need to first of all, I'm going to close this modal, and let's move to tag.js, and now we are going to get our data in the data tables. Okay, let's uncomment this out. That's it. Okay, so in this case our the table on which we are going to implement the data table is right here with the ID tags. So let's change it to tags. Okay, true, server-side scripting, responsive, auto width. We don't need to change anything. All we need to do is just change this URL right here. Get all tags or tags, let's say. Yeah, get all tags, type post, and we are getting the CSRF token right here as well with the help which is defined in the meta tags. Okay, in the layout. Okay guys, let's move forward, and everything looks fine. We can make our changes right here, and let's change this class to edit tag, and this one delete tag. Okay, now this looks fine. Let me check everything. Yeah, now everything looks fine. Let's move to web.php. Once again, I'm going to copy this third route, copy, paste, and let's make our changes. Get all, let's say tags, and right here once again tags. Okay, let's move to the controller, and right here let's change our method name to get all tags. That's it. Let's change it right here as well, tags. Let's move forward. In this case we are going to get all the tags and not categories. So let's say tags instead of this category tag. Once again, I want all the tags, and now we want to return all these tags in the data table. So what we can do is we can use this variable, pass it right here, pass it right here, but we need to pass it singular right here. Why? Because we are using basically what we are doing is we are editing a column. The name is created at and updated at, and what it is going to do is it is going to loop through all the records, and it is going to handle them as an individual record. So what we need to do is pass it in a singular. Let's say this is one specific record each time we are using a for loop, something like that. Okay, so it is we can't pass a plural value for this right here. Okay, I just told you because we are using a for an example, you can say we are using a for each loop and we are looping every record and we are changing this field created at to something else. We were creating or changing the date time format right here. Okay, so that's what we did, and right here we are going to pass a singular once again. Why? Because we are using a for each to edit each individual specific record. Okay, let's pass this tag right here, paste. Okay, and this one right here as well, and right here, this one right here as well, and right here as well. Okay, so that should be it. Let's refresh and let's try this out. Okay, everything looks fine. Refresh. Okay, so we have some error. I will see that. Let's say, okay, category controller. Okay, so we are making some mistake. Okay guys, so where is the mistake? Tag, we are making a mistake right here. Okay, data tables, app tag, and we have the tag modal. Yes, of course we have it. So $tags, exactly like that, tag all, and let's see the arrow once again. Method app http controllers category controller get all tags. Okay, so the mistake is in web.php. See, because we are calling a wrong method and it was unable to find a method with the name get all tags right here. Okay, silly mistake, sorry guys. Okay, let's move and let's refresh, and now we can see our records right here. Okay, maybe the reason for errors are because I'm trying to complete this video as soon as possible. Sorry guys. Okay, let's move on, and now what we need to do is we need to change, we need to implement this edit functionality. Let's do that. Okay, let's move to tag.js once again, create tag, and in this case we need get category for edit. So in the previous case, sorry, and in this case we want to get the tag for edit. Okay, and in this case the class I want to use is this one, edit tag. So let's change it, edit tag, move forward. Okay, we are going to get the ID when we click on each of the specific value or the anchor tag right here. Okay, we have discussed that in great detail in the previous videos. Okay, let's move forward. Base URL would be get tag with that specific ID, whatever I'm going to click on. Okay, type would be get, and process data false, content type false, success function, and in this case we need to put the values, category ID, category name, etc. in the relevant field. So for that, what we need to do is we need to make some changes in the edit category modal, and we are going to change it to edit tag modal. Okay, edit tag modal, remember that I'm inside the tag modal. Okay, just remember that, just don't confuse yourself. Okay guys, edit tag modal, let's move forward, edit tag. Okay, let's move forward, edit tag. I will make some changes right here quickly from category to edit, as simple as that. And let's copy this, let's paste it right here, and then right here, tag name, and we need to change it right here as well to tag. Okay, let's move forward, this one as well. Okay, this one as well. Okay, right here, category to tag. Okay, now I think it's done, and now we can proceed with tag.js. Okay, so what I want, basically whenever we are going to click, let me just describe what we are doing right here. Okay, Guys, we are waiting for the click. Let's say if I'm going to click this record, what we are going to do is on click, we are going to get the ID of this specific row right here. Let me show you. We are passing the row. If you forget that, let's say right here. Okay, let's say I am going to click the fourth one. So it is going to have an ID of 4 right here. Okay, so on click, I'm waiting for a click event, and on click, I want the ID of the specific row on which I'm clicking. Not I'm going to, but I'm clicking at the moment. Let's say this one. So on this click, we are going to get the ID. Okay, then we are going to create an Ajax request, and we are going to pass that specific ID right here. Okay, on click dot added tag function, what you have to do is prevent default. Then I'm creating a variable var ID, and I'm going to get $this dot attribute ID right here. This means whatever anchor you are going to click, I want that specific anchor ID on which the user or you are clicking right at the time or after some time. Okay guys, sorry. Okay, this means that while we are performing this function, let's say I'm going to click, I'm going to get the ID of that specific record. That's it. Then we are creating an Ajax request base URL, once again localhost plus I want to hit this route get tag. Now we need to pass a parameter because we need to find something with the help of ID. So I'm passing the ID right here. Okay, type would be get, process data false, content type once again false, success function. Okay, now let's say first of all, let's move to the controller side so we can make our changes. Okay, let's move to tag controller, and first of all, let's create the route. Copy this fourth one right here, copy, and let's make our changes. Get not category but get tag, and the controller name should be tag controller. Okay, and the URL is going to be get tag with this specific ID. Okay, now let's move to controller and this one. Okay, so let's change this one as well. Let's move forward, get tag. Okay, right here let's change it to tag, and I'm going to find from the tag modal or tag tables, which is tags. Okay, right here let's change it to tag. If there is tag, return the tag with all the relevant fields, else to this where we are restricting the manipulation of the data. Okay, now what we can do is let's move to JS. Everything is perfectly fine right here. So what we need to do is we need to pass the record which we are getting. Basically this is going to return, if we are able to find this specific record, we are simply returning all the columns with the help of this return $tag. Okay, once we return, we are going to get all the fields, column names as an what do we call it, like JSON object. Okay, so we are going to get each of the column inside this data variable. Okay, so how do we get each column of this variable? It's simple, data.id, and if we want the name, data.name, and if let's say if you want the slug as well, you can simply pass data.slug. We have discussed everything in great details, okay, in the previous video. Okay, just a reminder. Okay, now I'm going to change this field name, which is right here, to this one. Let me show you this one, tag ID. Okay guys, so this is going to be tag ID, and in this case added category is going to be added tag, this one. Okay, just so that you are not confused. Okay, let's move forward, and in this case we want to close or show the modal that is related to added tag modal. Basically we are showing a modal right here. Okay, and let's say if someone tries to manipulate our data, what we can do is simply throw an error of 404 not found, and right here error not found, sorry, we were unable to find this record. That's it. Okay, let's refresh. and let's try to click on this edit, and now we are able to open our modal and we are getting the specific record on which I am going to click, or I am clicking at the moment. This one, let's say top rated, or let's say this best blog. Okay, so right here, and let me show you the ID, which is the hidden field right here as well. Okay, so all good, working perfectly fine. Okay, let's move forward right here, and let's say once we get our ID right here on this update, I'm going to submit this form so that we can update our tags. Okay, let's do that. Update, in this case it is going to be update tag. Okay, let's move forward. Edit, from edit category we are now working with the tags, so the form name is right here edit tag. Okay, edit tag, we are going to pass the whole form with the ID edit tag, and I want the first element. Once again same procedure. Okay guys, and then we are going to apply the Ajax request, base URL, once again localhost, update, method name would be tag. That's it. The post, the type of the request is going to be post. Data is once again form data right here. Success function, on success function we are going to get everything from the controller end. Okay, let's say if we were able to update a record, we are simply going to show this success message, and let me change this success message to category, not category, sorry, tag updated successfully. Okay, and then we are going to reload our table right here, and in this case I'm going to change this modal name or ID from category to tag. Okay, modal hide, and we need to make some changes on this success. On success, remove edit errors. Okay, and let's move forward. Once again the error function similar to that one, and now we need to change this remove edit errors as well. So let's do that first. Okay, this one, from edit category to tag, let's move down, tag, let's move, not like that, sorry. Okay, from category to tag, let's move down, tag, as simple as that, and tag. That's it. And right here once again tag. Okay guys, so everything is done from right here. Okay, let's move up, and I just remembered that we forgot to uncomment this table.ajax.reload from this create function. Okay, let's just, if you forgot that as well, just uncomment this line right here. Okay, let's move forward, and let me see if we need to change anything in this one. No, everything looks fine. Now let's create the request, or sorry, URL. Once again I'm going to copy this one, update route, from the categories and paste it right here, and let's change it. Sorry, this one, yeah, tag. That's it. Controller, it is going to be tag controller, and the URL is going to be update tag. Let's move to controller side, update category, from update category to update tag, and let's change this comment as well, update tag, and right here from category to tag, and I'm going to copy this and paste it right here as well, because we are changing the errors. Because in this case, let's say if we have an error, we are implementing the custom errors. Why? Because the field name is edit tag. If we don't do that, the error would be like the edit name, or in this case the edit tag name field is required, something like that. Okay, with the help of this name. Okay, so the error would be right here. If we don't implement this, we are going to see an error on required, the tag edit tag field is required. Okay, this one. Okay, so that's why we implemented the custom messages. If we don't do that, once again we are going to get a very nasty errors, like with the message like the edit tag field is required, the edit tag name, sorry, not the name. Once again, sorry guys, I don't know why I'm making this mistake. Okay, so the errors are going to be like, if we don't change it right here, the added tag field is required. The added tag should be at least 3 characters. The added tag may not be greater than 255. So that's why we are changing it right here. Okay, let's change this category to tag, this one to tag, and this one to tag. That's it. Okay, if still it is confusing you, you can just print the error and see it. Okay guys, sorry. Okay, let's say tag, and right here once again let's find the record from the tag, and this one should be tag. Yes. Okay, and this time we are going to use tag. Okay, and let's copy this from right here to speed up the process. Okay, and this time we need to change this to tag, edit tag, and here we are creating a slug from the same name, whatever we are going to update. Okay, so right here, yeah, everything looks fine. Now what we can do is, first of all, let me check just to make sure. Edit tag, we are changing the tags, finding the tags. Okay, perfectly fine. Okay, now let's test our functionality, and for that I'm going to remove this hash from right here. Okay, let's click on this top rated so we can change it. Okay, top rated, from top rated to, let's say something we don't have it right here. Let's say 1 2 3 4 update. Okay, so the category is updated, sorry, the tag is upgraded right here. Okay, sorry guys. Okay, now let's try to change it once again so you can see the difference. Changed. Okay, update, and now you can see changed right here. Okay, so everything is working perfectly fine guys. If you find any sort of error in this functionality, or if you find any sort of bug, you can just tell me or just comment it out, and we will see that in the next videos. Okay guys, you don't need to worry. Okay, now let's create now let's complete this delete tag functionality. Delete tag, on click, in this case not the class name delete category but the delete tag from right here, this one guys. Okay, let's move forward, this one. Okay, delete tag, we once again, whenever we are going to click on this anchor tag, we are going to get the ID of that specific row on which we are clicking, and we are going to save it in this var ID. After that we are hitting, or we are let's say we are alerting a swell fire pop-up right here, just to make sure that if user want to delete it or not, and if the user confirms it with the help of clicking the yes deleted button, we are going to create an Ajax request. So let's make some changes right here from delete category to delete tag with the ID, and we are again passing the ID right here that we got from right here. Okay, on this click. Okay, type is going to be get, everything is looks fine, and in this case it should be tag deleted successfully, table reload. Okay, and we are restricting the manipulation of the data as well. Okay, let's copy this last route from right here, copy, paste, not this one but this one to tag, this one to tag. Okay, and delete tag. That's it. Okay guys, now let's move to the controller, tag controller, this one. Let's move down, this one, delete tag, and let's change it right here, and this time we are expecting an ID, so let's change it right here, tag once again. Okay, we are checking if there is any specific record. If yes, then just delete it, or else we are looking for the manipulation of the data. Let's say if someone is trying to manipulate the form right here, Okay, so we are restricting that as well. Just keep that in mind. The normal user is not going to have the access of these tags and categories and dashboard pages. Okay, the user dashboard is going to be different from this one. Just keep that in mind. Okay, so everything looks fine right here in JS as well. Let's do a refresh and let's test our functionality. Okay, so for that I'm going to create, let's say, new blog category. Category is created successfully, and we can see the changes without refreshing the page right here, because we are refreshing on the success. We are refreshing our data tables or reloading our data tables. Okay, so this is fine. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create one more just for the testing purposes. Created successfully right here. Let's try to change it something weird. Update. Okay, so it is updated. Now let's try to see the errors in this one. Update. So we can see the error. If I close this and open it again, we don't see any sort of error. Let's check the other error, 1 2 with 2 character. Minimum requirement is 3 characters. Update. We can see our errors. Okay, and let's check the errors in this form as well. Create. Okay, so we can see our error. Let's open it again. Everything is clean and tidy, so everything is working perfectly fine. Let's change this to something else. Update it. Now the last thing, to delete it. Yes, delete it. Okay, so the record is deleted. So let's test the delete once again. Let's say if I click on this button and I don't want to delete it, cancel, nothing happened. And let's say if I'm going to click yes, delete it, functionality is working perfectly fine. Okay, the record is deleted. Okay guys, so that's it from this video, and right here you can see the clean and tidy code right here. Okay, and in the next video we are going to implement the form and relationship for blogs, because we are not going to use Ajax for blog, because we are going to have a lot of fields, and that will be really critical, not for me but for you guys, to get everything that's going on with the help of JS. So what we are going to do is simply we are going to create a post request using Laravel. Okay, and we are not going to use Ajax. But if you want to use the Ajax for blogging system, for creating a blog, you can, because now you have all the basic concept related to Ajax, and all you have to do is just remove errors, create fields, etc. Everything is right here, and you can just use this code, okay, and make some changes. But for the blogging system, I'm going to implement it with the help of other way. Why? The reason is I want to tell you guys that how can we apply the validation when we are using Laravel post request, and how can we return or redirect back to a specific page, etc. There is going to be a lot of things for you to learn, because we are also going to use the alert, or not the alert but the CK editor, and there is a lot to learn from that video. Okay, so in the next video we are going to create a form for blogging system. We are going to create the relationship of blog with categories and tags, and we are going to do it from the sketch. In this video we just copy and paste the code, because it was just the similar functionality. What we needed to do is just make some changes, change the URL, change the field name, change let's say the form heading, etc., and that's it. Okay, so I hope you guys like this video right here, clean and tidy code. Okay, so guys, I hope you guys like the video. If you liked it, please like, subscribe and share. Thank you and take care. And yes guys, be ready. Okay, so we are going to create blog in the upcoming videos. Okay guys, take care.